And that no matter how cloudy the day may seem or the week may seem, look for the rainbow and you'll find it. Hi, it's Nani, and welcome to Chronicles of Nani, my cyber coffee shop, where I talk about my life with progressive MS and living in a wheelchair because I can't stand at all, much less walk. And also the fact that I live in this world, so I talk about things going on in the world. Good things, bad things with me personally, and things that I feel good or bad about that are going on in the world that I'm still part of. If you find any of this interesting or even inspiring, if you have a chronic illness or in a wheelchair or both, just like me, you might find some even more inspirational, find the happy sort of thing. And if you do, please subscribe. The number of subscribers going up is something that makes me feel good. I know that a lot of people don't want to sign up and don't subscribe for that reason, but they watch. And a lot of people watch other places on social media, so I don't see those numbers represented in subscriber numbers. So I'm okay if they're not huge. It still makes me feel good when they get bigger, but I know that there are a lot of people that are watching and that feel something, whether it's inspired, whether it's feeling bad for me, whatever it is that they're feeling. I know that I am touching people in a positive way. So if you can and care to subscribe, I would love to see that number continue going up. It's gone up 3 times in the last month, so that makes me happy, makes me feel good. I have a good friend who is also somebody that lives with MS, and she's sort of keeping count. Hey, I noticed your number goes up, and thank you, Christine, for doing that, because it does make a difference, and it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel good that there are people looking out for me who notice those things too. This is still my cyber coffee shop. Today's coffee is not coffee, because today's coffee mug is not a coffee mug. Today's coffee is herbal tea. It's raspberry zinger. And the coffee mug is from Redondo Beach in California. The interesting thing about that coffee mug, in 2000, I got a good deal on plane tickets to go to Los Angeles on Southwest. And I put out a quick note to all of my friends who enjoyed baseball, and if you are not working and you have time for that weekend, Mom and I have decided we're definitely going. Does anybody want to go with us to go and see a Dodgers game and see Mike Piazza playing in the for the Mets? And we're gonna do some other fun Los Angeles stuff while we're gone. And my friend Heather said, I'm not going to take the plane with you guys, but I've got some frequent flyer miles. And she also had a brother that was at the time living in Los Angeles area. So we met Heather in LA, and she spent a day with her brother. Mom and I spent some time with members on both my dad's side of the family and my mom's side of the family. And when the three of us were together, we did a lot of interesting California stuff. Mike Piazza was my first adopted rookie. And adopted rookie is definitely in air quotes, because, or well, adopted is anyway. I adopt a rookie, that means I'm your fan for life. I'm going to follow your career until you retire. I'm going to vote for you in the All-Star game every year, and I'm going to tell everybody how great a player you are. I don't adopt a rookie every year. Just when I find a rookie that is, this guy's going somewhere, this guy is fantastic, and he's my adopted rookie, I am going to follow him as much as I can all year long. He's got my vote in the All-Star game. He's got anybody that wants to talk baseball, they're going to hear about this guy. Mike Piazza was my first adopted rookie in 1993, and he ended up being the National League Rookie of the Year that year. So, yeah, made a pretty good choice. This adopting a rookie thing is pretty cool. It really shocked me in 1998 when the Dodgers traded him. And it was over an off-season money dispute. And they traded him, and that was shocking because I was thinking, I am one day going to go to California and see a Dodgers game and see Mike Piazza in California, in Los Angeles. And I'd seen him play a couple of other times in other places, but I wanted to see Mike Piazza in LA. So it really shocked me when Piazza was traded over a contract dispute. But I did get to see Mike Piazza with my mom and Heather at Chavez Ravine, playing against the Dodgers, not for them. But while we were on that trip, we did all kinds of fun and interesting things too. We went to Catalina Island for a portion of a day, and we stopped at Redondo Beach. Vince Neil, who was the singer for Motley Crue, in an article that I read in 1984, had said that he was from Redondo Beach. And I just thought that was such a cool sounding name, to be able to say, I'm from Redondo Beach. How cool. And when we were in an area where we were at Redondo Beach, I wanted to stop at that beach. We went and walked on the boardwalk and saw the shops that were on the boardwalk. I bought a toe ring because that just seemed like a California walking on the beach kind of thing to do. Because that's just me, and I don't know, I do silly things like that. But I bought a toe ring. It's the first toe ring I've ever bought. And walked on or waded in the Pacific Ocean. Was actually shocked to see all kinds of people on the beach. Because I'd never, the whole go to the beach for the day seemed kind of okay. I could never understand why in scrapbooking there are always beach scrapbook kits. It's like, how many people go to the beach that often? Well, I guess if you're near an ocean and it's a holiday. We had a few days at the beach when we went camping when we were kids. I have a photograph of my brother and me burying my dad in the sand. And I know that we did sand castles and swam in the water and fun stuff like that. when it was a warm day, because my dad worked construction, so we were usually at a Great Lakes beach in the off season. So there weren't so many people there anyway. So the whole, tons of people on the beach and, kids wading out in the water, swimming out in the water, and parents laying back and people getting suntans. And I was amazed. I'd never seen anything like that. And to be quite honest, I did my wading so I could say that I walked in the Pacific Ocean. Then I went back up on the boardwalk where I thought it was more fun. And we had stopped at a store and I bought that coffee mug. And it is now my herbal tea coffee mug. Nothing goes in that coffee mug but herbal tea. The reason for that is regular tea and coffee are strong enough that they leave a flavor in a coffee mug. So that if you put herbal tea, which most of it is very delicate, if you put herbal tea in it, you will taste a little bit of the coffee or regular tea, and it kind of distorts the flavor of the herbal tea. So I do have a coffee mug. In fact, I even have a Turvis cup that is herbal tea only and nothing else goes in it. So that's my herbal tea coffee mug, because it's the right color. It just has this herbal tea feel about it, and a beach and California that some people call the land of fruit nuts. That's not usually a good thing, but the whole fruit and herbal tea, and yeah, that works. So it's my herbal tea mug, and that's why it's my herbal tea mug. And my 1994 Camaro, when the advertising was out for that, it had the rock and roll music in the background, and they were showing the Camaro and fast speeds and everything, and the last thing the graphics said was soundtrack not included. So when I got my red 94 Camaro, the first thing that I bought to go with the car was Motley Crue's Greatest Hits, so that I had a soundtrack for my car. And the first day that it was nice enough in the spring, every year that I had that car when I was driving, I would put that tape in, turn it all the way up and put down the windows, and play Motley Crue's Wild Side, because that was my soundtrack for the 94 Camaro, was Motley Crue's Wild Side. So going to Vince Neil's hometown that I fell in love with just the name of the town, or the beach area, where he lived in 84, was sort of, it went together with all those things. And going to Redondo Beach was awesome, and having the coffee mug from Redondo Beach is special to me, and special enough that I love herbal tea, and herbal tea is the only thing that comes in that mug. I think I mentioned last week that all of my craziness that was going on, and it's been over a week now, was because my recliner just died, and I needed to have the controller replaced for the recliner. And the company that supplied the lift recliner was going to replace my controller and get me a backup controller that worked. And went so far as to, I even called them and gave them the payment information to get the recliner controllers replaced, so that the recliner would start working and I could be back in the recliner again, which you see I am. I could have saved myself so much trouble. While I'm waiting for them to tell me, well, we've got the information, but we sent it to the person that's supposed to do the ordering, but she hasn't answered the email yet or placed the order. A couple of days ago, I found the exact recliner and the brand name of my chair on Amazon. I ordered it, and the next day it was here. And it was here and plugged in, and the chair was working, and my husband moved me into the chair. Recliner. I have a bad habit of referring to the wheelchair and the recliner as the chair, and it confuses people. Well, it confuses my husband. So he got me back in the recliner, and this morning one of the first things I did was to call the company that was ordering and still not getting it ordered. A week later, I called and canceled the order and said, I've already ordered the backup from Amazon. It's actually less expensive than you were charging me, so please just cancel the order, because it still hadn't been placed. And I went through a lot of pain that I didn't have to go through, because I really figured that they could have a show model, that they could at least give me a controller so that the chair would work and I could use it, and they wouldn't leave me stranded for over a week. It's a new company that took over the old company, and sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes it's not a good thing. I hope you enjoyed your stop at the Cyber Coffee Shop Chronicles of Nani this week. Important takeaways for this week are to be resourceful, come up with alternate ideas when things don't work right. That herbal tea is something that picks up the flavors that are left in cups, and you should definitely have a cup that's just for herbal tea if you're an herbal tea drinker, because it's going to make your herbal tea taste better. And that Redondo Beach is a fantastic boardwalk to buy a toe ring and to buy a mug that's a really awesome mug to call that herbal tea mug. And that no matter how cloudy the day may seem or the week may seem, look for the rainbow and you'll find it. The Cyber Coffee Shop is open 24/7, so you can join me and have a cup of coffee anytime. And I hope you do. And until next week, when there'll be something new, I will say goodbye and thanks for watching.